Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the show. As always, we are being joined by Lost Without a Trace, Scorched Ace 97,
Hello.
Greyman Gaming, and More Than 56. In our last segment, the group had just agreed to be called the Pickle Company. No. The group was discussing what title they wanted to, what company name they wanted to go under when they go and talk to the captain of the watch later today. And that conversation was close to wrapping up, but we were running a little bit long, and conversations close to wrapping up when we're running a little bit long tend to go 45 more minutes. So I ended when we were still in mid-conversation, and you guys can feel free to pick up where you left off right there.
We're just company.
We're not
anybody
going
is
to be a
invited.
pickle company.
We're not being the pickle company. What if we take inspiration from that?
Veggie company.
The green company. The Verdis company.
Verdis. Vert. Green. Okay, I'm not upset at that one. I'm still a
Sounds
pickle.
Better than the pickle company.
You're still a pickle.
I'm more like sour grapes at the moment.
I can pickle those.
All right,
Amazing
so
amount of veggies can be pickled.
Oh, that's
I
a
think
fruit.
grapes are. I was about to say. I think grapes are not
we're
quite a
right.
vegetable.
Our plant can't figure out what's a vegetable and what's a fruit. Oh, this is gonna be bad. I'm just gonna go take a nap in the corner here.
You can pickle fruits too.
Yeah, don't they just turn into jams?
That's not
I would
pickling,
like
that's
to-
jamming.
I would like to speak up and say, apparently, you can pickle grapes.
Okay, good to know.
Interesting.
Of all of the things that Adaya has added onto it. Okay, thank you, Adaya.
I have
See?
learned something today. I don't know that I've learned anything useful, but I've learned something.
Okay, I know the Verdant company. That's green.
Are we doing Verdant or Verdis? Doesn't matter to me either way.
I do the verdant. It sounds good to me.
I do too.
Verdant.
Vernon.
Luther, are you good with that?
Yes.
Okay. Gonna do a thing. So if we are all going to be Verdant, hold still. Everybody, be the holding still. Out of a pouch at her waist, she will reach in and she will start. It's just very small, but Vanwith already has one. If you look at it closely on it, he has a small, tiny brooch, and it's a green leaf, and it looks a lot like one of Piggy's leaves, actually. So she's like, okay, so we're going to be this, then you take this, and we'll be Green Vert Company. And see, green, come see, yes. And so you take one, and very carefully, boop, onto your cloak, and one onto Luther's, and see, look, we now have badges and everything.
Thank you, Twiggy.
It's
I
not
feel leafy.
expensive. It's just a leaf with some brass on it and a tack on the back of it. They're a little bit crude, but there you go. See? Yes, they have symbols and everything.
And Ari says you have to, put one right through Cass's eye so you can get it to her.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. We'll get it to her when she's out.
All right. So we will need to go back and talk to the captain.
Okay.
Let
And
him
you're
know what we were calling ourselves. We'll classify ourselves as mercenaries or sellswords. Mostly the same thing.
all right, and then they're going shopping. Yes.
Yeah, I really, really would love to go shopping and get our friend here. He taps Vaneth on the shoulder. Some new armor, and you can have your cheese grater at that point.
Ace, before you ask me, it's about 30 minutes before noon.
Thank you.
That was what I was about to ask as well. How much longer do we have?
About 30 minutes till noon.
So you guys got to get on your way. What else do we want to
yes.
have you go shopping for? Oh, if you see any more recipes are great. We love the recipes. Or other.
So
magic
Twiggy,
things.
let me ask you a question. If I gave you a recipe, would your recipe be crazy concoction like you give us and it's just because you're the one doing it, or does the
Recipe
recipe
book. Here, I
actually have
show
to
you.
be somewhat meaningful?
No, I show you my book. It is in fact a grimoire. It's just a grimoire that is written a little bit differently. There are recipes, but they're very obviously. Do you want to do an Arcana check so you can understand that, or I'm just showing you and Cass? So Cass, you recognize them. This is a spell book. It's not quite your average spell book, but it's a spell book.
I mean, not how I would. Okay.
I mean, that's a hell of a roll.
Yeah, Luther's actually trained in Arcana, so yeah.
You're welcome. All of my random mumbling has gotten to you.
That is part of it. The other part of it is Arcana allows me to figure out what something is worth because I can kind of figure out what it does.
Yes. So, new spells for new areas, new recipes, if you find such things. I've got lots more room in this spell book to go. That would be good.
If we
Also-
see anything that looks like it can go inside the leafy tome of doom, I will let you know.
Okay. Also, we could use some more fresh meat. Just saying.
We'll let you know if we run into any more of the rat net.
I would order a side of beef, a deer leg, a quarter or something. A chick,
I am 100% joking about the rat net. Please, for the love of God, do not give us rat net food.
Hey, I will never tell you if I put rat in the food.
I mean, so far she hasn't told you if she's put rat in the food, so that's believable.
That's fair.
Who is going to the to offhands and who is staying put?
Twiggy is staying put with the walking billboard of ouch that is Vanuth.
That's fair.
I would be staying here. I'll start cleaning up parts
For-
and such.
I was about to say, Ari just beat me to it. Rat soup. Again, rat soup. And I was going to say, this one's for Ari. At least she could use a different rat the third night anyway.
So Venwith and Twiggy are staying. Then I will go with Luther.
Okay?
Okay.
Because splitting the party is always the right decision.
Well, it is better splitting half and half than 3/4 and 1/4.
I'm just going to say I came back perfectly fine. Just saying.
I will echo to the backpack.
Okay.
And Twiggy tries to trap Echo with bananas.
Don't try to trap anybody. I just
I'm gonna
happen to
wake
have
up
a...
and Echo is going to be in a cage with Twiggy. Just
No, I would never cage Echo.
Force feeding berries.
yeah.
No.
Here you go. Here you go.
It's just
Here you go.
no.
You're
Eat
gonna
it.
have Echo,
Eat it.
Echo stuck inside of a jar.
She's not a little fairy. I'm not a Link and a Zelda character going out to trap fairies in jars, okay? I want things to come to me of their own volition. All I want to be loved by little fuzzy things.
Somebody needs to clip that.
Yeah, Ace, you're the one with trapped things. You've got people trapped in your noggin.
Hey,
Like
that
I
is
said.
not by choice. That
She is
individual,
definitely a psychic stowaway.
she's trapping me. I am the one without the choice here.
Oh, is this map bad?
It chugged for me a bit. It came up, but
I have a feeling this is going to be another one that Ace isn't going to be able to load properly.
yeah, like I got
Currently, I do not own any tokens to be able to see.
Well, correct, but I'm just telling you, you're not going to be happy.
I'm not special. It's a nice big map.
There's a Luther, and there's a Cassidius.
Yep, not happy. So my computer's just trash.
I mean, we know this, but I'll I'll do what I did with the other one to this one in between weeks. For now, we'll just
That
have to deal.
I will have a big screen.
So anyway, you guys are in a town square. Basically, you can theater of the mind this. There's nothing critically important on this map.
Okay.
Like, it's really only important for where placements are if someone starts a fight in offhands, which is a dumb thing to do.
Dumb thing to do.
Yeah, especially
Hear that,
like-
Luther? It's dumb to do that.
So I cast Fireball at my feet.
Oh, good.
At least I don't have to deal with the consequences. I'll be dead.
Unless you make your saving throw.
I still think I'll be dead.
I mean, probably.
He's very much the squishy.
So there is about a dozen Wallmen that are in this area of offhands alone. And then each of the stalls has merchants and, you know, the norm.
This is a lot more like a market than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's also ridiculously expensive because everything is... anything that's in good condition is exceptionally rare. So, as you're in the market, expect that everything is probably going to start at about 5 times normal price. And if you're really, really lucky, you can argue it down to about 3 times normal price. Yes, Greymane, supply chain issues, even our fantasy world. If you tried to buy a D&D graphics card right now, it would be astronomically expensive.
Decidius, how quickly can you use your, Uju to allow you to see magic? And how long does that last you?
The unfortunate... Well, hang on. There's 2 options. How far away is this from our place?
I mean, it starts about 2 blocks away and then goes for 8 blocks.
So, fairly
How far-
close.
This
but
is
at
going to
least
be a
we're
stupid
closer.
question.
Mhm.
How fast can I walk 2 blocks?
Really fast.
Okay. So, can I...
Like 4 turns fast if you're booking it.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to, race. Well, I guess we are kind of trying to get there quickly so we're not seen.
Right.
Well, we're trying to get there quickly because we also have another appointment right after we do this.
Can I...
Because then Venlith and Biggie can walk around safely.
Can I have Ritual casted Detect Magic right before we left?
Yes. You can also pretty much just find a corner and sit and mumble for 10 minutes and you're probably fine.
Okay. So, I have 2 options, Luther. I can either sit down for about 11 minutes, 10 minutes, and kind of thumb through my book to try to make sure I do this right, or I can just carve into the weave and cast it in a moment.
Since neither of those things make any sense to me, I will let you pick. I just thought you said magic funny words and stuff happened. And then occasionally you mutter things that sound like magic funny words and stuff doesn't happen.
So
But things light on fire.
I can only carve through the weave. It tires me out to carve through the weave. It's like telling Venwith to smash a brick wall with a hammer. He can only do it so many times before he tires out. I can only carve through the weave a certain amount of times. If I sit down and take about 10 minutes, I can almost sneak around the weave to happen without actually ripping into it. So it'll take a little bit longer, but it won't tire me out.
I think we can afford 10 minutes. I'm just saying. Just do whatever one you want.
All right, then I don't know if I'll need it later, so why don't we take the 10 minutes? Let me cast it ritually.
Oh, if you were looking in there that I haven't hit this button and I wanted to hit this button.
Yeah, I have been popping in there kind of.
That should be in there.
So. Ooh.
Consider it to be in there now. You can see part 1, right?
I can see part 1.
That's
yes.
perfect.
I don't think it's in the folder though.
It should be in the letters to
should
the
be in the
archaeology folder.
All right, I probably just have to refresh, so I'll do that in a minute.
Probably.
Okay, so let's just say I'll read this while we have a little bit of downtime.
Yeah. You're reading this before you leave. By the way, for those who are in the base watching this, he is just kind of like his hand went down to his side on top of the pouch that has the owl sigil on it, and he went, "Oh," and then opened the pouch, and inside was a letter, and the letter was rolled paper being held in place by a ring.
Oh, I see the Countess has sent you a letter.
Yeah.
With a ring? Ooh, is she proposing?
Insidious wishes. Not because he cares about the Countess, but because that'll get him access to the better parts of the library. Oh, he's too engrossed for me to even jab at him.
Don't worry, he'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, hang on. Sorry, there's a lot of not necessarily big words, but
Too many big words.
This one has 3 syllables in it. I don't know.
Let's put emphasis on correct syllable.
Yeah, I thought that if I put it in there, it was visible. I didn't realize that I had to also make it visible to the players while it was in there. That's on me. Still getting used to Foundry. It's a great system, though. I highly recommend it. Hashtag not sponsored.
Sorry.
It's so good he chuckled in French.
Oui.
Good. Haha. Okay. Sorry. So, okay. So I will. We'll talk about this later when we have a little bit more time. So I will I will put it in my bag of holding.
Okay.
Because I don't want to shove it straight back in, because then she's going to pull it out.
Right.
So I'll put that, and then I'm just going to slip the ring on.
Okay. He is now wearing a signet ring, and the signet, the signet mark, is that of an owl. It's the signet ring for the archaeology.
I am officially, even though basically awarded on death, which I am not dead, so they're gonna switch it around. I am now a full member. I am now a full member of the. I'm basically a full archivist now, so we should have access to a lot more things than I did before.
He's a very fancy library man.
I'm gonna write a letter to the Countess for you. Can you not open it and just put it in the bag?
This was a mistake.
No, I don't think it would be that short of a letter. It might be a paragraph or two. And it might be asking if she's ever actually had a conversation with you that was for more than 5 minutes. And how many open flames are there in the archaeology here?
I am proceeding to ignore Luther.
That's fair.
This is before we have left, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Venwith, I have a question for you.
Okay.
The armor that was your captain's, that is currently arcanely blocked. The archaeologist would like to do some testing on it. Are you willing to part with it?
Why can't we just send Vanilith's armor after we give him another set that's less?
Well, because this, I mean, she said it could either be the armor or something that is similarly affected, but we can't tell if his armor was affected, right? Because his armor wasn't necessarily magical.
Right. My magic.
No. You actually know for a fact that you know for a fact that Vanilith's armor is also affected. It's just not magical, but there is
the effect still.
The effect is also on his armor. It's just not blocking anything.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So then when we get a new armor for you, would you mind if I take this old one and send it back to see if we can figure out what is going on to possibly repair your captain's armor?
Well, the grim reality is that I promised Captain Zydek that I would give his armor to his son. And if his son died on the field, which seems most likely, I'll probably die here. It would be better to send it back.
The only counterpoint I have to that is, wouldn't you want to, if possible, return it yourself in pristine condition?
I would.
So why don't we send your armor, which is not magical, won't have any benefit to us, after we get you a new set, and see if we can figure it out. And then if they can figure it out, now, I mean, during some arcane stuff can destroy the item. So I'd rather them test on the thing we don't necessarily care about than test on the thing we want to make pristine.
Van, if you fall, which you won't because I won't let you, but if you do, I will make sure the armor gets back and it gets fixed. For now, you should hold on to it though, because you're not gone yet.
I will second that. If you, again, we're not going to allow it, but if you fall, your mission will not be left undone. I will guarantee that.
Well, magic is not really my thing, so if you think we should send my armor back, I guess that's what we should do.
Okay. So then when we get back, we'll hopefully get you a new nice and shiny pair of armor that works for you. Then when you get changed down and kind of have your goodbye moment with your trusty armor that got speared through and killed you, we will send it back.
So you guys add a new colander to the list because I'm not going to get mine now. Of the shopping list.
Sidious,
I will take my-
need to have a conversation about your ability to talk to people.
I will take my quill, my magical quill, and write colander in the air, and it just floats there. It's on the list.
Did you actually say that out loud, Morden?
Yes. Luther, in fact, said that to Cassidius.
What? What'd you say?
I'm a military man. I mean, the grim reality is I will die some point.
I mean, the
grim reality is you already did, so.
The whole point of armor,
Almost.
Luther, is
sort of.
to protect someone from dying. Look at him. It didn't work.
I get that. That's not really why I'm having that's not why I said that.
He no longer has a hole in his chest, correct?
He no longer has a hole in his chest.
I was about to go, see?
I mean, if you do it and you tickle him in the ticklish spot, that's an exhibit. He'll squirm a little bit, but that's about it.
Armor is supposed to keep you safe. If it doesn't keep you safe, it is failed armor.
Okay. Let's go get some less failed armor now, because I'm
works.
pretty
Let's
sure I'm pretty sure my brain is leaking out my ears.
Twiggy,
Let's go.
as Cassius walks, that the colander just stays where it was. It doesn't follow me. It just stays in the air for a little bit and then just dissipates.
I wrote it down, Twiggy. I've already seen this trick once.
Hey, Thomas.
So then I've read that. I will ritual cast detect magic, and we will hurry the 2 blocks to the market.
Okay.
And then we find the magic colander. Because
Can we find the magical colander or magical walk?
Okay. You get to offhands. It is pretty much everything you'd expect from a small town bazaar, but everything seems slightly off. Like there are fruit sellers and butchers. I mean, it's landlocked, so there's no fishmongers. But so like, and bakers, but everything looks either already stale or somewhat rotten. Just like nothing seems in great condition. And when you find something that's in great condition, it seems to be exorbitantly expensive. It's almost like everything available for sale gets onced over before it makes it to off hands, and only the stuff that is second-hand quality makes it to off hands.
Sounds reasonable. Yeah. Like, Luther unfortunately wasn't expecting to find like super high quality stuff.
Right.
He's mostly, main reason he asked Sidious to cast that spell is for the off chance that something slipped through. But like it's a really like slim chance in his mind.
Well, and I mean, there's probably guilds that don't have a person that can detect magic and identify. So,
Right.
I mean, some things people might not even notice are magical. They might just be like, "Oh, this random locket."
You mean
I don't
that,
wear a
that
locket.
box that you're walking around with that has a boat in it? Oh wait,
Yeah,
Right.
stuff like that.
yeah. That's kind of it. Like the main thing that Luther is looking for is getting Vanillith new armor. Like that is the first thing he's looking for. He's looking for at least chainmail, and if he can find something heavier than that, better. If it's damaged, actually, Sidious, can you mend, or do we have to have a talk with Alexander?
I do not have an arcane way of mending items.
Okay. So if we do find something that is slightly busted, we will probably have to make a trade with Alexander.
Right.
Yes,
But you can.
Right.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, we'll deal with that later.
You okay over there, Cassidius? Did you
Yeah,
trip?
I just no, I didn't trip. I just
the psychic stowaway kick you in the back of the brain.
Nope, not this time. My own brain kicked me in the back of my brain. Kind of kicked its own butt. I want to save some money because I would like to buy something back from the Fabulous Four.
Yeah, I think
They
I know
took-
what you're referring
They took
to.
something last time when they left, and I would like that with us.
Talk about the box.
Yes.
Yeah. We were either getting the ring or the box. We weren't getting both.
No, I understand. Well, we could have had both, but unfortunately,
No.
circumstances. I mean,
No, we couldn't have had both.
we could have. I had it, but I had to try to be like you and do some sneaky shit and kind of throw it back as if I didn't take it, but I had it.
Yeah. Yeah, the fact that you had to throw it back meant that you couldn't have it. Just saying, Kaz. It's only yours if you can get away with it.
Well, I've only taught you some arcane. You've only taught me some sneaky shit.
Well, I wasn't really trying to teach you that much sneaky stuff. You went and decided that you were going to go, I'm this lady a handmaster.
I did my best. Now let's find this stupid armor.
Yes, let's go find some armor.
Does my detect magic as I'm just because I am literally like almost spinning in circles as I'm looking for. I'm assuming Luther's going to find the armor.
Right.
My only goal is looking for the glow.
Okay.
Should I roll like a D100 or something?
I was going to say, what do we feel are the odds that there could be something even common magical for sale
I would
in
say-
offhands?
Again, this is personal opinion. Everyone can disagree. If you take all your clans or guilds, sorry, I don't
Right.
necessarily remember what you're talking about. I would say each one is a point, and if they have a person that's magical and can do this, then that's a 0
Right.
chance. If they don't, then that's a 1 chance. So, I mean, if there's 10 people and 3 of them don't have magics, then it's a 3 out of 10, in
Right.
my opinion.
Okay.
But
I'm actually going to
Again-
kind of go the other way, and the more magic wielders there are in the area, the more likely there could be things.
trying to sell it, I mean, that's
Yeah.
fair too.
Yeah,
That's fair, too.
because they would be more like, well, it's magical. We can make more off of it if we're not going to use it.
Right.
That's fair.
Because I mean, if you get a bunch of guys who are thieves and all of a sudden they find themselves some magical full plate, they're like,
All
we
right.
ain't ever going to use it.
So I'm going to roll a D100,
Okay.
and I'm going to say that the base chance for there being anything is going to start at 75 and up.
Okay.
The higher it is above a 75, the more items or better items you should be able to find. Keeping in mind, anything good here is going to be pricey as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Sound fair?
How much money do we have? I would have taken Venwith's money before I left. Damn it!
Luther has on his person 40 platinum, 647 gold, a fuck ton of silver and copper. Like,
At least
we
you don't have to worry about holding something back to buy back the box.
I don't know if this is gonna work. But I'm
Rose
gonna do it.
has twice done a +1 for Morden in a row.
and I've also got a +1 to skill checks for
Right, but this isn't a skill check. This is just a random luck check. I will, however, say that each one of those can be burned as an additional 5% for this if you want, lowering your minimum from a 75 to a 65.
And can I burn a give advantage to a player on one of their next dice rolls?
I was also about to burn. Can I just make a critical score on this and just get 100%?
That's hilarious.
This is not a player roll. This is the GM rolling.
That's
So-
why we are asking.
I mean, it is a roll on behalf of the players, so I'm going to allow both.
Okay, well, if I do a crit, will that even mean he needs to?
I mean, if he does, then one of the rolls is the crit, and then he still gets another roll because, I mean,
So we're
if you
rolling-
get
we're
two
getting double
100s,
the
it's
amount.
better than a 100. Right.
Right. I'm gonna play the card then. I want to crit.
Okay. So that
So
is
if I have that card, can I use it also in insurance criticals?
We're getting all the cool shit.
if you wait until Morden spends his advantage roll and then you throw your critical roll, then they were both criticals.
There you go. And this is when we find something stupidly
Fuck this
ridiculous.
roll.
And
no
then
way
all
we
of
would
a
have
sudden,
enough money
we're
to
not- we're
buy
not-
the thing.
We're not affording this. Luther, you are stealing this. We're all gonna die for this one thing.
Well, but if Gray spends his roll too, then it's two things that you cannot afford and die for.
Hey,
Then you, even if you did succeed and you brought back stolen armor to put Vaneth in, and he ever found out,
hey, we can just crit his stealing.
Toss me. Don't tell the elf.
Toss me.
Don't tell the elf.
Don't tell the elf. That was
Here we
amazing.
go. I've played my card.
Okay. Gray, are you playing your card or are you holding your card?
God, we're genuinely not gonna
I will
afford
play it right
this.
now for the appropriate time.
Oh God, we are not
If
gonna
that makes
afford
sense.
this.
Okay.
All
All right.
this is gonna
So
be terrible.
if he's not playing his card, then that means that
yeah, I said Greg gets a magic item. If this is the magic item,
okay. Well, no, these are two entirely other.
okay.
Because I was about to say this is purchasing. I don't know if
Okay.
we get a
So
magic
that is
item
now-
purchased or not.
two critical rolls.
God, we're not going to be able to afford this, guys. I'm going to have to sprint back. Fenwith, give me all your money.
Give it to me now.
Every last copper.
How many gold and a platinum?
10 gold and a platinum.
Okay. Well, I mean that could be a thing.
What happened?
I'm just
many
saying
gold
that's
and
an extra 400 gold that you have in your pocket, technically.
Technically.
Oh yeah. So yeah, because I got a 40 platinum in my pocket.
I mean, can get advantage on like a pickpocket check?
Yeah, technically.
Because I can throw one of those cards too.
Well, let's see if we have to first.
Let's see.
'Cause
Let's see what
we don't.
Okay.
Again,
gonna do to
I was about
us.
to say we don't want to piss off. Fuck! Now I already forgot his name. Where the fuck are we? Offhands. We don't want to piss off offhands because, as he
Not
said, like
pissing
this
off
is
not touchy.
this is basically death if we screw up because everyone will be. It's basically a no fire zone.
Right.
Exactly.
So if we
This is
piss
why it's
off this
called
place,
offense.
we're done. Yeah. So let's see if we have to steal, and if that means maybe we have to go raid someone's base for some money, then maybe we go raid someone's base for some money. I don't think pickpocketing somebody in offhands is the right call.
As a paladin, I cannot endorse theft, but I mean, we can throw cards and make sure he succeeds.
You're not an in
Luther-
character thing. It's fine.
If it came down to it, Luther would literally send Cass home and deal with the problem himself.
Okay. So you're in the market, and Morden is looking for an armor smith, and Ace is looking for glowing shit.
I'm looking for glowing shit. At like legitimate, like glowing piles of dung.
Okay.
No, no, I'm joking. Please don't.
You
Please do not give me magical dung.
that doesn't help me.
No, I can't
That
see
does.
any of these.
Okay. No, you can't. So, what Luther finds is there is a armor smith currently hammering away on a anvil in one corner of the shop. He is 3'8", currently, yes, standing on a box to make him, 6 foot tall, hammering on an anvil in the front of his stall with several items around him displayed prominently. The hammer he is wielding and the anvil both have dwarven runes displayed on them.
Are they arcane runes or specifically dwarven
And-
runes?
They are dwarven runes.
Okay.
They are, however, also... Ace is looking at the same booth because the anvil, the hammer, a suit of armor, and a helmet, and I fucking rolled that, are currently... And Morden can validate what I rolled because
Yes,
as a
I can. I
GM,
can see
he
it all.
actually sees even a secret GM roll. So he
Luther?
knows what I rolled, and Morden can verify that this shit just happened, even if it didn't show up on stream.
Luther, I want like all of it, like the whole store.
Cass.
Well, as I'm joking with him, in his head, he'll hear anvil, hammer, helmet, chestplate.
He is a stout, very heavily built dwarf, even for dwarven standards. He
One of
is
those ones that's definitely like twice as wide as he is tall.
he is wider than he is tall. He is not currently wearing armor, but if you didn't look quick, you'd swear he was. And he is currently hammering a sword, and in between, and like he'll hammer an area 4 or 5 times, take a big drink from a tankard that he has near him, and then spit quenches the blade, and then refires it and keeps going.
I approve.
Oh, lovely. No, Thomas. What's happening there is he gave me GM status to help him with the D&D Beyond stuff, and he just never took it away.
And because of that, he can see GM only roles. But also, Morden and I have like co-GM'd before, so like I know that he can metagame around. He can reverse metagame and pretend he doesn't know stuff.
Yeah. Like I sat there and I looked at the list while he was rolling it, and I went, "Oh, these are all nice. I have no idea what's going on." But yeah,
I can't fucking believe I just rolled that. God damn it!
You did. I'm looking.
It came up, and I'm like,
hell?
"Are you shitting me? Are you fucking serious?"
DM.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm kind of scanning, do I see anybody casting magic? Like even like not obviously I'm not seeing anybody throwing magic missile, but do I see anybody like throwing mage hand, throwing unseen servant, throwing like is there any magic, or is this like nobody's doing nothing?
There is somebody walking around using a Tensor's floating disc as a cart. Because if you have a Tensor's floating disc, you do. And you notice a few people with magic items on their person, but no one else seems to be actively doing anything.
I don't see anybody like walking up to a thing, casting identify. Right?
Correct.
Now the question is, would Cassius care about that?
Like that they are not.
Yeah, would Cassius pick up? Would Cassius pick up that this probably isn't the right thing, or would Cassius just do it because he thinks?
Ace, did you not? No, you never mind. Okay, never mind. Because obviously you have it because you did something that it said in it. So yeah, I'm gonna ignore something and we're gonna keep going, and I'm gonna edit this part out. Okay, good talk.
So
hold on. Let me see. Do I care? Oh, damn it. Okay. I care, apparently. Okay.
You care a lot.
So I will not just approach and cast Identify.
Like Luther would approach the stall and look at the armor and weapons or whatever he has in front of him. And would be looking at the quality of it. Like, is it generally good quality armor? Or are we talking? When I say good, I don't mean like this is mastercrafted stuff. I mean, is this like this is usable stuff that doesn't require me to sit here and have to find a blacksmith to fix it before it's usable? So it's in workable condition.
And
it's in well beyond workable condition.
As he picks up the magical ones, I am telepathically going magical. So that way he is aware of like which ones specifically are the magical ones.
It all looks like it is made by a proper blacksmith. Master grade, probably not, but I mean, above journeyman, most definitely. Like it's all ready to do the business.
Yeah, it's someone who has a good amount of experience in the craft, so not someone who's brand new to the thing.
Right.
All right. We have the hammer in his hand, because he told me that the anvil, which I doubt he's going to give either one of those up, so he's not even going to try.
Right.
But he has, was it 2 pieces of armor or was it 1 piece of armor?
It is a piece of armor and also a helmet.
Piece of armor and helmet. So yeah, he's gonna.
What did I see? What type of like armor it was? Was it heavy armor, medium armor? Like
that was
did
actually about the
kind
next
of what
question,
it was?
I actually have to roll, and I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Yeah. So
How much of a do we want to be? Chat, how much of a should we be to Gray?
Extremely.
Don't say extremely. That's not what you want.
Yeah, that's
Put him in
fair.
a chainmail bikini.
Oh my god, please. No, because he's gonna give us armor that we can't even use.
Yeah.
I have like 9 critical rolls here. I could probably help with.
You have 9. I have like 2 left.
Excuse me. I have just a few things on my list.
Chainmail butt flap.
Oh
my god, the PJs with the little butt flap.
Hold
It's
on.
just a full chainmail suit with just the little butt flap that.
Somehow it's an Argyle pattern on it too, just for that extra PJ touch.
Twiggy,
Oh, yeah, could enamel
Twiggy,
metal.
I gotta use the restroom. Help me out.
All right. I have a chart.
Sorry.
I am
be
going.
sorry, this
I
is
am going to
gold.
use one of Gray's fate points to reroll that.
Wait. If it's still really bad after that one, am I still allowed to use the critical roll?
No, he'll just use one of your fate points.
I mean, I would also be okay with that.
Gray's just gonna run out of fate points as second just keeps refreshing.
Okay. Carry on.
With that, I have no shame.
So
Carry on.
Was
yes.
that roll to determine what type of armor it was?
Yes.
yes.
So what type of armor is it?
Split
that we're
mail.
looking at?
Ooh.
So I don't look it up. Does that seem heavy or medium?
Luther is very sure that is a heavier style of armor.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not gonna. I don't want to look up anything because
It's a heavy.
that, but it is
Yeah.
heavy. Okay.
It is a way above my pay grade level of armor.
I mean, every armor is way above my pay grade. So I mean, there's.
Hey, look! I get to see speckle hands or sparkle hands over here. Anyway, sorry.
Do we want to assume that Flowers was typing that before I got the roll in?
I'd say yeah.
Because I know her connection is slow, so it is likely that on her end, she started hitting that before I gave the result, so that she could give Gray better armor. So I'm going to honor what I think the intention was. Community
25%.
challenge, 25% complete.
Woo!
She was trying to, yes. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Then I am in fact going to say that was enough to knock it up from splint to plate.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, Luther would be all over that, but at the same time, he is not going to show a single thing on his face.
Okay.
Now, just for again someone who is not armor initiated, as Cass would not be, does this look similar to the one he is wearing, just without a big hole in the center?
It looks as bulky, but it is
Okay.
obviously a completely different cut and design.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful. That's all Cass.
So
Would
now
recognize.
that the
I
biggest
see
thing-
a man who knows what good armor looks like.
I see that this armor looks fairly decent.
Fairly? I'll have you know I'm the best runesmith in this city.
That is good to hear. So that means there should be some good pieces in your stock, right?
I mean, I only bring a couple out here. Most of it's in my shop, but it's the best you're gonna find anywhere.
So many bad comments.
In my head, I would like to reach out
It's
to
all in
Luther
my
and say,
head.
is this worth knowing what he's thinking?
Probably not.
Because I can do that for free. Only once per day, though.
If you want to try it.
Do you shake or nod? Because you can't talk back to me.
Right, forgot. I can't tell back. He would just nod his head up and down.
Okay. I would like to cast Detect Thoughts due to telepathic feat.
Okay.
I'm going to stay surface level. I am not digging, so he will not know that I'm doing this.
Okay. His surface thoughts is he has a customer that he doesn't recognize, and he knows everyone in this town with enough money to afford the stuff that he sells. So he's a little confused as to where high rollers just came from.
Okay. I will kind of just while I'm keeping an eye on this, because I also want to see like if he starts betting, like
Okay.
going. I want to see what this guy's thinking. If he's thinking, "Oh my God, we're getting a great deal," maybe we try to cut it down.
Right.
I want to, and I'm constantly just
Okay.
relaying this information straight over, so we're keeping an eye on that.
Luther would like look through all of his pieces, not just the magical ones.
Okay.
Like he's just kind of Luther's gonna like talk to him, get a rough idea on like what he's charging for each of the pieces. He's not gonna try and show interest in that. He's looking directly at the magic ones as much.
Right. I
And
got you.
if he once he gets the big high price, it becomes the okay. So what's so different about this piece? That kind of stuff.
Okay. He's generally asking 5 to 6 times list price for everything in the shop.
Gotcha. All right.
If you get to either the helmet or the plate mail, he's going to look at you and just be like, lad, I don't mean any disrespect, but if you're asking, you cannot afford it.
I might be able to. Depends on what you think it's worth. So if you want to give me a number,
for
or no,
clarity,
that's fine.
what we're looking at is a suit of plate mail that has along the just above the hinge line on the bracers, there is a series of runes on both arms, and there is a single gemstone, like right above the heart on the armor. And Luther, it's not steel, and you don't know what it is.
Is there a check I can make for it?
Is there a check I can make for it?
Do either of you have tool use smithing?
Negative.
Then no.
I have
Alright.
0 tool use.
I have
The
a few
helmet-
things, but not that.
It's not a great helm, but it is a full helm. The visor
Open-faced.
is pleated the way it normally would be to have slits cut in it, except the slits aren't cut through. They're
So-
depressed where you should stamp them through, but they're not. Technically, whoever's wearing this helmet shouldn't be able to see.
That
Right,
helmet
that
is
was what I
more
was about
important.
to ask. Yeah. All right.
That must gift some type of sight.
Don't go making assumptions. It also could be made for a creature that doesn't have sight to start with.
True. Didn't think about that.
So,
So that's
if you want the plate,
Can I tell? Sorry.
okay.
Have we determined? Have they determined that these two are magical items? Like, have they come to? Has Luther pressed that yet?
He has not, but you know that they're magical.
Luther has not
I'm waiting
pressed
until
that.
Luther does it, because then I'm going to ask if I can identify it. But I'm
Okay.
waiting for that then.
Yeah. Luther has not pressed that point because he's not trying to say that they're magical. He's letting him try and tell us what he thinks they're worth.
Okay. Then I'm
He's-
waiting.
Because as soon as he says they're magical, then it potentially becomes something else.
For the armor, I'm going to say 70,000. For the helmet, 40. But if you buy them both, which I don't expect you can, I'll refit the fittings for the helmet so it can work with the armor, and we're looking at 100,000 total. As I said, I don't expect you can afford it.
DM, can you check your DMs?
I have DMs.
Is that price? You mentioned that you would fit the helmet to the armor. Is that included in the price, or is that a free service?
I mean, yes and yes.
Lost your
All
mind.
right. No, I'm thinking out loud and
Okay.
not hitting push to talk because I'm thinking out loud. Sorry.
Nope, you're good. Just want to make sure.
Yeah, no, I was doing the mental math to see exactly what we're at. Like, that armor, I was expecting it to be extremely high, for sure. And honestly, I knew we couldn't afford the asking price on it anyway.
Do we, just so Ace is aware as well, how much do you have total?
If we just use the gold and the platinum, I have like 1,000 and
so we're nowhere.
100. No, we're nowhere near.
We're nowhere near any of this.
Yeah. No,
not even if we had Venless, we might have 2,000.
Yeah, no, we're nowhere near that one. I fully did not expect to be able to afford those. Just because,
So are you guys
those are-
like huddling a short distance away from the booth?
I would
this
assume
conversation?
this is more of. I would assume this is more of me telepathically, just constantly like knowing I'm asking yes or no questions, and he's just ever so slightly like I'm saying, do we have enough? Are we even close? What would be like? And I'm trying to specifically. I've done this before with him. We've targeted questions that are yes, no, and he knows just barely shake or nod.
Right.
While we're making this general conversation with the person.
Yeah.
And so he, at this point, he would move off from those pieces and start looking at the other pieces that are in the list that are on there that are in the heavy armor range.
Okay.
Because he's not gonna, he's not stupid enough to say, well, I guess you were right, but he's not gonna also make it seem like he's not trying to make it seem like he was frazzled by the
he has he has a regular suit of chainmail for 300 gold, and he has a regular suit of plate for 4 grand.
Is my bag big enough to is the sending bag big enough to accommodate a suit of armor?
Yes, if you put it in one piece at a time.
In my head, I will shoot. I don't quite know the prices normally, but is it worth sending the money back home, waiting a day or so, and possibly getting a better price? I don't know. Cass wouldn't know the price of armor. He wouldn't know that this is 5 to 6 times. He wouldn't know if this is half the price. But he's sending just... Remember, we have the opportunity to go home. It just might take a day or two to get back. We have the Amazonian delivery.
And Luther, on the other hand, may not know the exact pricing, but he does know that there is quite a bit of gouging happening here.
Yeah.
And he fully, once again, expected it because of the situation. So for now, we would be... So, we are going to speak to our friends. And we will come back and make a decision on a piece, because we will probably be buying something. We just have to figure out which piece we would like.
Not a problem. When you decide how much money you don't have, if it takes too long and we're not still here, ask anyone in the town how to get to Lothar's shop.
Lothar's shop. Good to know.
We just heard there was some better competitors, so we want to see.
And now you're lying and your prices went up. I already told you. I'm the best you're gonna find. Inside or outside of the wall.
Insight check.
Go for it.
Hell yeah. He's probably telling the truth.
He's probably the only runesmith.
With a critical success, he believes he is telling the truth.
I thought it was going to be a 2.
It almost was, but instead it was a 22.
All right.
Congratulations.
He did he have like shields and other things as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Most of them do have a rune of some kind on them. A few with hammers on them. A few with just various iconography.
Okay. So yeah, we'll because we definitely can't afford it, and there is no way right now we're gonna get our hands on it. At least not currently.
More importantly, you know that he has it.
Yep,
Like
that's literally that was where I was going. We know what he's got at the very least, and that sucker ain't moving probably for a while. So we probably have a little time to work out how to get our hands on it. And we might actually buy some pieces from him in the near future.
okay.
We will have to talk to Gray and Benelith when we get back.
Remember, Luther, we need to pick up fresh meat and fresh vegetables for our
Fresh is a relative term, but yes.
our wonderfully freaky companion.
You know,
By
that
the way,
statement is a little weird coming from you.
I mean, it is a plant. How is it moving and
No,
talking?
it's a plant, not a eggplant.
I know it's not an eggplant. That's what we eat.
She's not purple.
Have we seen? She might be inside. I don't know. Might
I
be
ain't
purple
trying
on the
to
inside.
find out.
No, me neither. I'm not. It's weird. By the way, got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's just us, Luther. And I would like to not say this so loud that anyone around us can hear us, but more just kind of us talking while we're walking to the meat and vegetable stall. We have one of the items that we received from our recent acquisition was a ring, correct?
Yes.
And knowing who the who the leaders were pre-calamity, pre-devastation.
Yeah, you mentioned something about them, dragon scions or something like that.
What if we could bring it back? What if we could create another? I'm assuming now is when my hip burns.
Not yet,
Nope.
because you haven't said who.
So you want to try and reinstate the lord of this area? Is that what I'm getting from you?
It doesn't have to be necessarily this one, but I mean, I don't think I could be one. I don't think Twiggy could be one. I don't know if you would want to be one. So I mean, Venwith is. I mean, he's a soldier. He's a
Burn.
You okay?
That hurt. And I will grab it. Has it cooled back down?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
Hold on. Let's try this.
So you're trying to make Vanillith the...
Yes. I would like to see if we can make Venwith into what could possibly be a Dragon Lord. Does it burn again? Because I
I'm
specifically
getting ready to
wanted
roll.
to say it again. Okay.
3 points.
Okay. Nope. We're done. Ooh, okay.
So now the part that I find slightly amusing about this, my dancing friend, is you it didn't burn when you said the other three names. So why don't we test this theory? Hold still a second. Say that now for all three of us. And if I have to carry you home, it's fine.
I actually that was the next plan. I would like to make. Actually, we'll start with myself.
Okay.
I would like to become a Dragon Lord.
Nothing happens.
I would like to make Luther a Dragon Lord.
Nothing happens.
I would like to make Twiggy a Dragon Lord.
Nothing happens.
Is it because
I'm pretty sure this is because of some kind of worship thing?
It's gotta be.
Oh, maybe not, but I don't know nothing about gods and dragons and really.
Now, is it a burning of wanting or is it a burning of hell no? That is.
Can you please describe the nature of your burning? Is what I'll get from this conversation.
Yeah, I want to know. Is this a burning of yes or a burning of off?
Please roll an insight on your burning. No, don't.
I mean,
ignore me.
You could try to ask in a way that asks that.
I'll do this when we're not in the middle of a market. Because I'm assuming my probably drew some attention.
They're starting to smell a bit more burning meat from you
Burning
than they are from the
flesh.
food stall.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk about this back at whatever we name our place.
The pickle jar!
Oh no.
Oh no! How long have you been sitting on that name?
Said it a few times.
Jeez,
Oh
she
my God,
has.
I've not heard that yet. Oh god, that's amazing.
All right. So, if you're getting ready to wrap up at the offhands, what are you getting before you leave? And no one who isn't either Ace or Morden say anything.
I'm going to look for the colander because we said that we were going to get one.
Okay.
We are going to look at the food and see how much the most expensive stuff is, because I'm assuming that is the most edible, and see if it's even reasonable, or if Twiggy's going to have to cut bits out.
I mean, you've had better, but you've also had worse.
Okay. We are not going to be able to pick up the armor currently. We can get our hands on the chainmail for him if we need to. But we're going to have a conversation first about what we want to do with that.
Okay.
So
colander and like 3 arms worth of foodstuffs.
Pretty much.
I hate to keep dragging this on. Is there a magic stall? Like, would there be a stall with spell scrolls?
When you search a little bit further, you do find someone that is someone who is working on scrolls. Only 1st and 2nd level stuff.
Okay. How much? I mean, am I once again seeing that 6 times? Because that I would know the price of. So
yeah.
Is that once again way too high?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you're talking a couple hundred.
Then
gold.
As soon as I see that, I'm like, no.
Right.
Never mind. So okay, I just wanted to see if they even had. Do we promise anybody else anything that we were going to pick up? Twiggy was our food. Armor for Venwith.
Yeah, we just got to get some, metal plates. We'll just hang them off on the monolith. We'll be fine.
Do we need to provide anything to our little housing renovator? Did we need to buy anything for that? I don't know if Ace missed that or.
Oh, okay.
There was no conversation of anything like that. That was all going to be discussed when she comes back.
Wonderful.
I was about to say, I thought you were talking to me for a minute there, and Luther's response would have been, "I don't know. I was not there."
Sure.
I
would like to buy. Is there somewhere that has just a bucket of paint?
Yeah.
If you're looking for like something to deal with cloth, you're looking for dye.
No, I'm actually looking for. I want to.
Yeah, you can find someplace where you can buy some paint, couple silver.
Yeah, just a jar or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm not using much. I just want to almost put names. I want to write out the name of our place and maybe hang it on a sign or something outside.
Easy enough to do.
So I'm not looking for much paint.
Yeah. I'll go with the silver on that. That's fine. Everything that you guys are getting right now, you're looking at 3 gold. It's not a lot.
Hey Luther, can I get this?
I guess.
Thank you. Store it.
Okay.
I think that's.
I think that's pretty much going to be it for us, and we'll start walking back because I imagine at this point we probably spent a couple hours here, and I need to get back to the.
You're
commander.
About right, yeah.
And I have a 7:36 appointment.
You have time. But yeah, you know that it is probably about 2 in the afternoon because you see some of the stalls starting to pack stuff up.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, we would be heading back at this point because we ain't gonna try anything while we're here, and now we know who we need to look for when we're talking about armor pieces and such. And now we know who we need to look for when we're talking about armor pieces. All right. So this is where this is where people tell us what we forgot.
No, you're doing good. Okay, so you make it back to the hideout. We will pick up that conversation when next we meet. In the meantime, we're going to be getting ready to wrap up tonight's episode, so we're going to go with our community fate point poll. Everyone in chat gets to have a vote for Lost/Twiggy or Ace/Cassidius or Ari/Adaya, even though she wasn't here, or Greymane/Venoath or Morden/Luther. Whoever gets the most votes will in fact get a fate point for the night. That's an ace, a gray, a lost, 3 aces. Good night, Sadie.
Night, Sadie.
Yeah, Sadie.
Looks like Ace is the current winner here on this one.
All right. Well, Steel, the divine intervention will have to wait for next session because we're actually just about to wrap this one up. But don't worry, there will be intervention or blood. I mean, one way or the other. All right, so Ace goes from 1 to 2.
Thank you.
The intervention there, Steel, is we're gonna get stabbed in the eye randomly, but that's the intervention.
All right, so that's gonna wrap up tonight's episode. This will be posted on YouTube, and if you're watching this on YouTube, we film these live Tuesdays, 8 p.m. to midnight Eastern, and then we're also going to have another campaign running on Thursdays, and then occasionally one shots on Saturdays. But if you're available, just drop by on Twitch, say hi, tell us that you saw it on YouTube. If you're watching this on Twitch, go check out the rest of the series on YouTube. It's a lot of fun. Either way, I want to thank our players for the night. Lost Without a Trace, Scorched Ace 97, Greymane Gaming, and More Than 56. So that's going to be it for tonight, and then we will be picking up with the follow-up of this conversation next Tuesday. So everybody, stupid waves into the camera as we roll credits. Bye-byes.
Bye-bye.